Hello friends, we will see another program now in C programming. So in this question, the user will type the number of rows he wants to print. For example, if the value of 10 is if the value of n is 10, it is going to print it like the first row will contain 10 stars, second row 9 stars, third row 8 stars, and so on till 1. The last row will contain only 1 star. So how do I print this now? As we saw in the previous question, we need two loops. So we'll take I and j loop, but then how to synchronize them, how to relate them in such a way that the first row prints, for example, if the value of n is 5, first row prints 5 stars, second row prints 4 stars, third row prints 3 stars, the next row prints 2 stars, and the final row prints only 1 star. So that coordination we have to do, we have to think about it. We'll start writing the program and we'll start developing the logic accordingly. So now we all know that I loop takes care of the number of rows, which is the external loop, and the internal loop j loop, it will take care of the number of columns or the number of stars that will be printed in each column. Now so I will point to here and j will point to the first column. So I is pointing to the first row, and accordingly I will traverse downwards. So I will start from the first row and it will go up to the nth row. Total there are n rows. Now j will start from the first column and it will travel horizontally to n number of columns. For example, in the first row we have to print n stars, so there will be n columns. In the second row there are n minus 1 stars, so there will be n minus 1 columns accordingly. So now thinking about the logic, the first row we have to print n number of times, second row we have to print n minus 1 times. Now suppose the value of n, the user has entered the value of n as 5, so we will take three variables. Now what shall we start the I loop for? From where shall we start the I loop? So that is an interest. So I takes care of the number of rows, so we will start I from 1 itself. Now why we have written I less than equal to n is because there are n rows. So I will start from 1 and it will go up to n rows. That means there are n rows and n rows will be printed. Next we will see the j loop. Now see, in this question there are two ways of doing it. Now since we have taken the value of I to be 1 here, now we can take two ways. Now see, since the first time this value of I is 1 and we need to print it n times, we can run it j from I to n. For example, 1 to 5. In the second row the value of I will be 2. So for example, if user enters the value of n as 5, now we need to print 4 stars here, so the value of I will be 2, so it will go from 2 to n, then it will go 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can formulate the j loop in that way. We have to relate the j loop with the I loop. So we'll start the j loop with I, write j less than equal to n and j plus plus. We'll come inside the j loop, we'll print so what we have done is in the j loop, j will start from I and it will go up to n. So uh, for example, here the value of I is 1, so j will start from I, which is 1, and it will go less than equal to n. That means it will go up to n, so it will print the star n times. Next time the value of j will be, again I will be 2, so j will go from I to n. That means 2 to n. If the value of n is 4, it will be 2 3. If the value of n is 5, it will be 2 3 4 5. So it will print 4 stars in the second row, it will print 3 stars in the third row, 2 stars in the fourth row, and only 1 star in the fifth row. Like that it will print. We will see the dry run of this program and it will be more clearer to you. Suppose this is the computer screen, and suppose this is the pointer, and our pointer is here blinking at this point. So what we have done is, first time the value of I will be 1, it will check, and n, suppose the user has entered the value of n as 5. So now what will happen is, it will check is I less than equal to n. So is 1 less than equal to 5, which is true, it will come inside the I loop and the j loop will start. J loop will start from I and it will go up to n, which means this time the j will start from 1, and we have written it as 1 less than equal to n. That means internally it will go up to 5. So it will start from 1 and it will go up to 5. Okay, so first time the value of I will be 1, and we are writing the j loop from I to n, so it will go from 1 to 5. So the first row it will print 5 stars. So first time the value of j will be 1. Now it will check for this condition, is j less than equal to n, which means is 1 less than equal to 5, which is true. So it will come inside and it will print star. So it will print star at this position and the cursor will come here. Now next time what will happen is, it will increment the value of j to 2. So the next time the value of j will become 2, it will check for the condition again. So from here it will go to here, and then from here it will check for the condition, is j less than equal to n, is 2 less than equal to 5, which is true again. So it will print star. It will print star here, and it will take the cursor of the pointer to the next point. Next time again j will be incremented. Now the j value will become 3. It will check again for the condition, is j less than equal to n. So is 3 less than equal to 5, which is true. It will come inside and it will print star again. Next time the cursor will come here and again the condition will be checked. Before that j will be incremented to 4. Now it will check again, is 4 less than equal to n, is 4 less than equal to 5, which is true. So it will come inside, it will encounter the statement printf star, so it will print star. Now what will happen, j will be incremented again to 5. Again the condition will be checked, is j less than equal to n, is 5 less than equal to 5, which is again true. So it will print star here. So now again j will be incremented, it will become 6. It will check for the condition again, is j less than equal to n, is 6 less than equal to 5, which is false. It will come out of the j loop. After coming out of the j loop, it will encounter this line, printf slash n. So the slash n will bring the cursor to the next line. So now the cursor will be here. Now again after this line, it will increment the value of I. So now the value of I will be 1. It will check for this condition now, is I less than equal to n. So is 2 less than equal to 5, which is true. So it will get inside. Now again j will start from I and it will go up to n. So it will start from I, which will be 2, and it will go up to n. So first time the j value will be I, which is 2. It will check is j less than equal to n, is 2 less than equal to 5, which is n, the value of n. Yes, true. So it will get inside and it will print star here. Now the cursor will come here, and then after printing it, it will increment the value of j. J will become 3. Now it will come to the condition, check the condition, is j less than equal to n, is 3 less than equal to 5, which is true again. So it will print star, and it will increment the value of j. J will become 4 now. Now it will check is j less than equal to n, is 4 less than equal to 5, 4 less than equal to 5, which is true. So it will print star, and then it will increment the value of j. J will become 5 now. It will again check is j less than equal to n, is 5 less than equal to 5, which is true. So it will print star here. Now the pointer will be here. We have printed the required number of stars. So now the j, after printing the star, j will be incremented to 6. It will check is j less than equal to n, is 6 less than equal to 5, which is no, which is false. So that is why it will come out of the j loop, and it will encounter this statement printf /n. So it will bring the cursor to the next line, to the new line, and the printing will start from next time. The printing will start from this line onwards. So again it will increment the value of I to 3, and this time again it will check for the condition is I less than equal to n, is 3 less than equal to 5, which is true. So it will again go inside and it will initialize j to I again. So j will be 3 now, and it is less than equal to n. That means j will go from 3 to n, means 3 to 5, 3, 4, 5, and so we can see that in this row 3 stars will be printed. In the following row again similarly 2 stars will be printed, and in the final row only 1 star will be printed. So that is how this program works, and this pattern will get printed on the screen according to the user's wish. Okay, so that's all. Thank you.